How you doing? It's been a while since I was able to talk to you guys on a one-on-one in a Senju Tale setting to where I tell a story about my life that you like. Not all of y'all, but a lot of people like it, which is why I still do it, you know? This was a topic that someone requested me to do, and at first when I thought about it, I didn't think I had a story for it, but you know, I did. Hentai is a very taboo-esque thing, and I actually had a timeline of to how I thought about it at first towards how I thought about it when I came back to it, and then there's the now. And I feel like that timeline serves a story of a sort. Now, the art of hentai itself is very pornographic. What it is from my definition, of course, it is anime, but you throw some sex in that bitch, like, you know what I'm saying, some salt. It's a lot of salt, actually, not just a little bit. Like, the dialogue, everything is very sex orientated, and the culture of liking hentai between liking anime is literally two different things. Like, you could like anime and never like hentai, or you could like hentai and don't fuck with anime. Like, it's that far south and left and right. Now, I don't think there's nothing wrong with the good old anime titty. You know, they got ecchi anime. It's a genre of anime that's not full-blown hentai, to where you got a little bit of a jiggle, like a jiggle physics, like a water in the chest. You know what I'm saying? Like a wave, a big one. To go as far to want to see a penis in between that's something completely different. When I first saw hentai, I was about the ages of, I just started learning my multiplication. I don't remember what age I was, but I remember multiplication was a thing that I was learning at that current point in time. So maybe 3rd grade, possibly. I don't remember the exact setting. I remember I was at my homie's house. What would usually happen, which I told a story of this before, is I would go over to his house when his mom and sister were away. Me and him would go on this site called ami.com, and we would just watch porn. We did, because he had access to it, and at the time I did not. So he was the gateway to that lifestyle of the boobs. Okay, I thank him for it, because now I'm awakened. There was a few times to where my homie Jordan would go away and like kind of do certain things, like play a game or whatever the fuck, and you know, me being a horny little 3rd grader who wants to see the world in titty form, I would go on the computer myself. The only rule that we had was when you're done, you clear the history and you leave it on YouTube or MySpace, so that his mom, when she came by, we didn't get caught as a unit. You know, we were a team. Yeah, so, you know, he went to go play, I think it was SmackDown versus Raw 2006 with the homie Corey. And, you know, I'm just like, fuck it, I want to see some shit. So I went upstairs, you know, went on the computer, I'm just like, bet. I didn't masturbate at that time, so I just watched it. It's kind of weird when I think back on it, but I watched it. I was looking in that bitch like, oh, yo, look at that form. And then I came across a Goku and Chi-Chi video. Now, it was disgusting looking wise. Like, you know, you have the style of Dragon Ball Z, how that looks. This looked like a 7-year-old made it, who really knew how to draw some titties, but nothing else. Like, it was bad. It looked bad, and maybe it was because of that why I was just like not immersed. Anyways, after I saw it, I'm just like, I'm good. All right, I'm gonna stick to my Kim Kardashian sex tapes and my booty jiggles. That's all I needed. Now, fast forwarding a little bit as to when Naruto Ultimate Ninja Storm Generations came out on the PlayStation 3. That was my first anime game to where I reached out to make friends on the game itself and not just play online for my own enjoyment. And you know, once you surround yourself around a certain type of people that like certain things and they talk about it over and over and over again, even normally, even if you don't like that specific thing, because you hear it a lot, you tend to want to give it another chance. And that's how hentai worked. You know, I would consider myself a weeaboo, no matter how negatory that sounds and people take it, but I am a weeaboo through and through. That is my thing. I speak that fake Japanese when I can, because I bees about it. What's good, bitch? And you know, when you hang around a lot of other weeaboos, they're on different power levels than you. And the ones I came across were of the perverted variety that really loved big titties, and anime ones, 2D over 3D to the maximum. I'm not judging nobody, but I would flat out tell them that shit's gross. Like, I think all of it's gross. It's just not, it's not appealing in the slightest. I got came at a few times because just like, yo, you're a virgin, this and that. In hindsight, I think the act of watching hentai is the most virgin thing possible. I don't know how that came to me as an insult, but you know, if I was to go back in time, I would treat the fuck out that bitch. So, you know, I got called a few things and I decided, you know what, tonight is the night. I'm gonna watch it. At this time, I did have the masturbation DLC installed, but that wasn't my intentions. I wanted to see what they see, so I can give another opinion from a more current time point, such, you know, as than before when I was a kid. That night, I was recommended the site, Bars, and I went on it to, you know, go play with the pickle all right, I gotta stop rap. I went on the site that I was recommended to, and I'm just like, you know what I'm saying, let me see what this is about. I saw some jiggles, I saw some titties, I saw some plot and storyline, and I'm not gonna lie, I could see the appeal in it because at this point in time, compared to what I saw, this was more high quality animations in the sex form. The one thing that disimmersed me the most from hentai, that even to now I find it repulsive, what they say. And then you have like the anime girls are just like, oh my gosh, Nissan, don't do, oh, I've fallen, Nissan, I'm completely exposed, don't fuck me, Nissan. Like, why are you saying don't, but you over here like Patrick Star and shit, just waiting for it. Like, I never got that. It was very rapey to me, and I didn't like it. It wasn't something that appealed to me, and I found that very gross. Especially, I saw the hentai too, to where like the girls are on the train and shit, and I'm just like, yo, like get the fuck off the train, baby girl. And then the niggas just over here just doing everything to her, and I'm just grossed the fuck out. I'm like, bro, what the fuck is this shit? And the people that I hung out with at the time were older than me. Like, they were like 18, 19, 20. I mean, I was very mature for my age, so I didn't want my interest and lack of things to show. So because I got clowned the day prior, I came back in that bitch to get my renown up. Like, yo, that shit was fire, bro. I see what you talking about. Like the boobs and the, bro, all night, nigga, that was me. I don't know why I felt the need to lie to kick it to my people back then. I can't tell you, but I did it and I regret it. But it's okay now because we're in a different time frame, the now time frame. I come across so much 2D etchy, close to porn things to where now I would say there's a new meta. there's triggers, all right? For instance, Senran Kaguya, there's a game I played on my channel. A lot of you guys might remember it, you might not remember it, okay? I played that game on my channel and I thought it was very weird, but when I turned the recording off and I stopped playing, something triggered deep down inside me. It was like an awakening of a sort. I was in this white room, I'm just like, yo, how did I fucking get here, bro? And I just saw all these women, and I tried to go like on the side of the women, but it was just 2D, like it was just like paper on the side, and they just look so fucking bad, bro. I'm just like, yo, what the fuck? I need that, you know what I'm saying? So I somehow wound it up on this site called Hentai of Havens of sorts, okay? I'm just like, yo, like I have a completely different outlook on this shit now. It's almost as if I've been awakened. And you know, shit, I don't know what you want me to say at that point. I'm disappointed in myself. I guess there's that.